Start with lineup questions, beginning with goaltender. How's that going to work today?
Danil is going to play. Elvis didn't travel. He's sick, so it didn't make sense for one game.
And I know you called Jake up. Will he draw in today?
Yes, he is. Andrew Peak is not playing.
What are the reports you're getting on Jake Christiansen?
So I just spoke to him. I told him, quite frankly, I didn't watch them at all. I speak to the coaches once in a while, but spoke to Derek Dorsett and the management, our management people that follow those guys. And like I told him, I said, everybody's saying you earned it. You earned that chance and that opportunity, and it's wide open, right? So we have quite a few defensemen that are out for some time, and he's a lefty, and we're looking for lefties, and he's playing well. And I gotta trust. We have to trust our people. And we're saying in the past he was looking to make the extra play. This year he's looking to make the right play and not forcing anything. Strong defensive. They have a good team there. They're having a lot of success, and he's a big piece of it. I know he's a good person. He's a good kid. So we want to give him a chance, and I'm excited for him actually.
I know, guys can flip over and play, on their offhand.
Yeah.
But that left-handedness, it just kind of helps everything become more neat, right? Like on the back end, where you don't have to maybe rotate pairs and stuff like that as much.
I just believe it puts everyone in the position to succeed. I mean, you have some guys that are used to it. But it takes time. I remember a discussion with Charlie Huddy in Winnipeg, and Charlie was playing on his off wing quite a bit with Paul Coffey, and he told me, he said that it's hard. It takes some time, and he got used to it. So I've never played that position, but the people that I spoke to, and asking the players, it's hard because the game is different, and the way you pivot, the way you defend, the way you attack, and in the offensive zone, you're on your back end quite a bit. So it's doable, but it takes some time. So I'd rather have 3 righties and 3 lefties. That's the best case scenario, but I think you just put them in a better position to succeed.
Speaking of comfort and consistency and all that, your lines, forward lines up front, there hasn't been a lot of changing, in the last week, almost 2 weeks.
Yeah.
You're getting some consistency there. Are you seeing results there, and how nice is it to just kind of be able to roll those guys?
Yeah, yes, I'm seeing some consistency, and I'd like to keep it that way for as long as we can, but I'm not making those decisions. That's the kind of thing or the kind of adjustment a coach will make depending on performance. And I feel some games, some lines were better than others, but overall, it seems that we have some balance right now between all 4 lines, and so we're going to keep it that way as long as it works.
Are you seeing chemistry, developing between Fantilli and Gaudreau, especially, and then on that third line, looks like Sillinger and Johnson and Bemstrom, like all 3 of them are really starting to show some.
Yeah, and you're right, but just before Jack got injured, we saw some chemistry between Jack and Johnny, so that might be an option that we can use in the future depending on how it goes. So we have a few options here, but right now I like what we're building and how they interact with each other, and that they're building confidence playing with each other. So and a game like last night is a good example that we needed all 4 lines to play well, and they did.
That play that Bemstrom made last night, on the Johnson goal,
yeah,
that's the kind of stuff that you're looking for him, right? Like where he wins a battle against Morgan Riley behind the play, and then just immediately makes that pass.
Yeah, but he's been making those plays consistently since he's back. I was rewatching the game against Buffalo, and he had quite a few of those, not only on the forecheck, but on the track, on the reloads, catching players, pushing players from bad angle, or to put them in a bad position with the puck. He's been. There's one thing that Bemstrom does really well. He works hard.
Yeah.
he works really hard, and to me that's a skill. So, and the skills that he has, he can shoot the puck. He's being more physical. He's a good player for us. He's a good addition to Sillinger and Johnson.
Danforth gets the A on his sweater last night. Just another sign of kind of how important he's become for you. I mean, first-line player at this point. Is it just for given his career and everything too? It's really kind of cool to see how important he's become for this whole thing.
I wish we talked more about him. A great story. He's such a good pro. He's a good person. He's a good teammate. But he went. Yeah, I mean his story. East Coast and never got drafted. Not even sure where he played in college. Went to the KHL, played in Finland, made it, was given a chance to play here, and he took advantage of it. And a few years later, he's got a letter on his jersey and he's playing on the top line. So it's quite amazing. Plays the power play, plays the PK, can play center, can play wing, low maintenance. He's in top shape. So it's a great story, and I feel lucky we have him on our team.
To say about him that he was just racking up points in Europe. He's got skill,
yeah.
But when he came over here, I remember you and Lars both. I mean, you wanted him to win battles and kind of change his game a little bit while keeping that skill. But he's done it, right?
Yeah,
like, what does that
we
say
sent
about
him down to the American League, right, this first year, and the only one question he had was, "What do I need to do to get back here?" And we told him. And that's what he did. It's not going to be about points. It's going to be about the way you're going to adjust your style. Because we have guys that can score goals. In order to beat those guys, you'll have to score a lot of goals. But we know he can score, so that's also part of his game. But he needed to add. And for players in general, it's like, well, it's first you need to accept that change, and two, can you do it consistently? And he accepted the challenge, and he's doing it consistently, and he's now he's a full-time NHL player, and he's a good one.
Actually, just real quick on last night, nice byproduct, I guess, to change the narrative a little bit, to be the team that comes from behind. How important is that for you guys to kind of shake that image of can't hang onto a lead, and do it the other way and do it successfully?
Well, we know we're so close, and we're looking at every angles possible to improve, whether it's the mental side, the style, the systems, the stats. Like, we're looking to understand, and I think we have a good grasp. But the buy-in from our guys in the room is there. They want to do it right, and we got better and better and better. The game in Jersey, we played way better with the lead than we ever did before, even though we didn't win that game. And but the process, it's all about the process, and now they see the difference. They see that it works. It builds confidence. So, I mean, it's building blocks, but the buying is there. The confidence is growing. We're growing as a team, and I believe it will only get better.
Pascal was just out here, and he said your game has changed a little bit, and that's made you a little bit better player in his eyes. What in your game have you changed since we've seen you last?
Just working on my defensive game, making the right first pass, and just growing my game all around with Haviland down there. He's been good with me, and I've been penalty killing a lot. Just taking care of my own zone.
How important is that to you to make those kind of changes so you can be up here?
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, obviously, my ultimate goal is to be up here and help this team win. So I'll make any changes and try to work at what I can to make that happen.
You guys have had some success up there. Just talk about that success and how you can maybe bring some of what you're experiencing with the Monsters up here.
Yeah, it's been good. It's been good. We've been winning games and finding ways to win, and at times we had obviously a lot of guys come down and go up, but we've just stuck through it and found ways to win, and it's been really good. It's fun to be around.
I was talking to Gonser the other day, and he was saying a lot of people down there bought into kind of just doing their roles and just executing their roles to the best of their ability. Is that something that you feel like, A, has happened, but B, you can bring that here and just that experience, like you just want to play a role here in a game like this?
Yeah, of course. I just want to help the team win and do what I do best and play my game. So yeah, no, I think that winning games down there and being a part of the penalty kill and 6 on 5 against and stuff like that, obviously I'd like to help and bring everything I've brought down there here.